If you've ever looked closely at your paycheck, your cell phone bill, or the receipt for that Popeye's chicken sandwich, you will realize you pay taxes on nearly everything you buy, the services you pay for, and on all the money you earn. Benjamin Franklin once said, "Nothing is certain in life except death and taxes." Well, I'm going to show you in this video how you can protect yourself and invest and earn money tax-free forever. If you're thinking I'm going to give you tips on how to set up a tax shelter in the Cayman Islands, I'm sorry, this is not that video. But I'm going to show you how to legally protect the money you earn from taxes forever right here in America, and that's through a Roth IRA. So if you want to have over $1 million of tax-free money when you retire, go ahead and hit that like button. Okay, so hitting the like button is not going to help you get $1 million when you retire, but what I'm about to share with you will. So what is a Roth IRA? Well, IRA stands for Individual Retirement Account. Now there are a few different types of IRAs, but the Roth IRA is a special IRA where you put the money in after you've already paid taxes on it, instead of putting the money in before taxes like a 401k or a regular IRA. The money in a Roth IRA can then be invested in stocks, bonds, cash, or something else, and will continue to grow tax-free forever. With a 401k or a regular IRA, the money is added before you pay taxes on the money. It's called a tax deferred plan. You pay the taxes later on when you pull the money out. But with a 401k or a regular IRA, you pay taxes on both the money you contributed and the money that you earned during that time you had the money in your IRA or 401k. With a Roth IRA, you pay taxes on the money now, and then when you pull it out, you don't ever pay taxes on the contributions or on the earnings you made on those over all those years. So with a Roth IRA, you put your money in after you've paid taxes, and then after the age of 59 and a half, you may pull out all of that money plus any earnings you may have, and it's all completely tax-free. Because you're putting the money in after taxes are paid on it, it's called post-tax money or after-tax money. So what do you need to do to become a tax-free millionaire using a Roth IRA? If you stick around till the end of the video, I'm going to tell you a secret on how to do that. Okay, actually I'm not. I'm going to tell you how to do that right now. So with a Roth IRA, your contribution limits are $6,000 per year up until the age of 50. And then after that, you can do an additional $1,000 per year or $7,000 per year anytime after you're 50 years old. So before you're 50 years old, you can contribute $6,000 per year. So if you start at age 18 and contribute every single year $6,000 per year until the age of 60, you will have over $1.4 million worth of tax-free money in your Roth IRA, even though you've only contributed $252,000. You don't have to pay taxes on any of the extra money you earned. You earned over $1 million because of the 7% rate of return over those 42 years, but you don't have to pay taxes on any of it because it was in a Roth IRA. That's why a Roth IRA is so amazing. So many of you are probably thinking, I can't contribute $6,000 per year, and that's probably true for most of you. So does that mean that you should contribute nothing at all and that you should just give up? And yeah, you're probably right. You should just give up and don't try at all. Of course, that's not the case. So let me share with you some scary statistic with regards to retirement here in America. 1/3 of people right now have $0 for retirement. That's right. $0 for retirement saved. So think of 2 of your friends or 2 people you know. Between you and those 2 people, on average, one of you has $0 saved for retirement. 1 out of every 3 people do not have any retirement savings. Which of the 3 in this picture do you think doesn't have retirement savings? My money's on the dude in the middle. He has $0 for retirement, especially considering how much he paid for that loan. So the next statistic is half of the people have less than $10,000 saved for retirement. And the last one is 76% of boomers, or those people in retirement age, are not confident in the amount of money they have saved for retirement. Fidelity recently reported that they have a record number of IRA and 401k accounts that are over $1 million. So even though a bunch of people don't have enough, have zero, have less than $10,000, there are still more than ever before that have over $1 million in their retirement funds. So how can you be one of those people that has $1 million in their retirement account? To start, you need to get some money in a Roth IRA today. If you put $100 into your Roth IRA at age 18 and continue putting in only $3 per month until the age of 60, you would have over $10,000. You would be better off than half of the people just by doing that. $100 at age 18 and $3 per month after that until the age of 60. I think anyone can afford $3 per month. You can contribute $3 or hopefully a little bit more, $5, $10, $50, or $100 or even more than that. And the more you put in, obviously, the faster it's going to grow and the faster it's going to become a lot of money. With a Roth IRA, it's going to be tax-free money when you pull it all out. So I want you to ask yourself right now, what am I willing to give up to put some money into a Roth IRA this month? If you learn nothing else from this video today, I want you to learn this. You need to open a Roth IRA today. So why is it so important to open one today? Well, because you need to start as soon as possible. You need to start when you're as young as possible. If you put $1,000 into your Roth IRA when you're age 20, by the time you're age 60, you will have $15,000 in that Roth IRA, or 15 times your money, just by putting $1,000 in and just leaving it and letting it grow. However, if you start at age 18, just 2 years sooner, your money will grow to $17,000 by age 60. So an extra $2,000 just because you started 2 years earlier. You're not putting in any more money than that $1,000, but you're just starting 2 years earlier. That's why the earlier the better with Roth IRAs and with any investment really. However, if you then wait until you're 25 and put $1,000 in and wait until you're 60 to pull it out, you will have just over $10,000. So you miss out on $5,000 just because you've waited a few years. It's still not bad, but it would be much better if you started earlier. So maybe you're already 25 years old or you're older than that and you think, well, I'm too old to start it. I'm not even going to bother now. There's a Chinese proverb that says, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, and the second best time to plant a tree is today. Here's a picture of some trees I planted in my yard about 4 years ago in February of 2016. Now, here's a picture of one of those trees in February of 2020, just 4 years later. When I first planted those small trees, they were about $20 each, and so about $40 for both of them. And they were pretty easy to plant, and I planted them myself. It cost me about $40. If I were to try and plant those huge trees that are there now, it would cost me probably between $300 to $500 for each of those trees. And I probably couldn't do it myself. So what does this have to do with a Roth IRA? A Roth IRA is similar in that the longer you have the money in your account and the longer it has time to grow and increase because of your investing, the quicker it's going to be big. The earlier you start, the sooner it's going to be big. Just like those trees that I started 4 years ago. If I were to plant them today, they would just be tiny and they would be just those small trees that I showed you in the first picture. If you just start a Roth IRA today, it's a lot better than if you start 4 years from now or 10 years from now. And just like the Chinese proverb says, the best time was to start investing 20 years ago, and the second best time is today. So you need to open a Roth IRA today. In the comments section down below, let me know if you opened up a Roth IRA today. Or if you already have one, let me know if you've decided to put a little bit more money into it today. So here's a little known fact that a lot of people don't know about Roth IRAs. If you're under 21 and you still live at home, your parents can actually contribute money to your Roth IRA, or your grandparents can contribute to your Roth IRA. This is something that I don't think a lot of people know. Now, they can only contribute up to the $6,000 max per year, and they can only contribute up to how much you earn at your job and pay taxes on that year. So if you earned $1,000 at your job for the whole year, your parents or grandparents could contribute $1,000 for you into your Roth IRA. If you earned $5,000 at your job, your parents could contribute a full $5,000 or even $6,000 up to the contribution limit, and they could put that in there for you, and you could use your money for savings or for paying for school or for whatever else you need. And then your parents could pay for your Roth IRA. The next time you have a birthday, ask your parents or grandparents for a Roth IRA contribution instead of for a fortnight skim pack or a mountain of Popeye's chicken sandwiches. Your parents and grandparents can help you become a tax-free millionaire through your Roth IRA. And it won't even cost you anything if you can get them to pay into it for you. So ask your parents. I want to see in the comments below, I want to see if one of you talks to your parent and see what your parents say after their jaw drops to the floor. I think they'll probably at least give it consideration, because I'm curious to see how a parent would react when their kid asks them to contribute to their Roth IRA and help them for their retirement. If one of my children did that, they're not old enough to do this, but if one of my children did that, I would be excited to help them contribute to their Roth IRA. One of the other reasons why it's great to invest in a Roth IRA when you're younger is it's usually the time when you're making less money and your tax rate is not as high. As you get older and you start making 6 figures or 7 figures, you're not going to be able to contribute to a Roth IRA either because you're over the limit of income for a Roth IRA or because you're paying a lot more taxes on that money before you put it into a Roth IRA. But when you're young, you're barely paying any taxes at all, if any. And when you contribute to a Roth IRA, since you're paying that taxes on your current income, you're going to be making contributions after tax, but you haven't paid very much tax on that money at all. So they're going to be really close to no tax at all on these contributions. You pay into a Roth IRA, they will grow and all of your earnings and everything else will be tax-free. Plus, because you're young and you have a low income, your tax rate is really low too, and you won't be paying very much taxes on this money at all. One of the other nice things about a Roth IRA versus a 401k or a regular IRA is you don't ever have to take the money out. A 401k or a regular IRA, you have to take money out at age 70 and a half for retirement. It requires you to. With a Roth IRA, you can leave that money in there as long as you want. And even you can leave that money in there and just pass it on to your children or grandchildren when you pass away. A Roth IRA will be tax-free for them as well and is not subject to estate taxes or anything like that when passing down to a descendant. If you max out your IRA when you're young and you build it to over $1 million, you can have that tax-free and you can let it grow and grow and grow as long as you want, and you don't ever have to pull it out if you don't want to. Well, many of you are probably thinking, I don't have $6,000 to contribute every single year to my Roth IRA. And maybe that's the case. But what I would suggest, and what I think you should do, and it's what I do, is just put in what you can to start. When I was in college, I put in $50 a month and just made it automatic. So it automatically came out of my bank account. And I didn't ever have to think about that money again. It was money I never felt like I was losing or missing out on because it always was automatically going into my Roth IRA. And if you set it up to be automatic, you're not going to miss that money at all. And then as time goes on, you can put a little bit more in each month and a little bit more in each month. And before you know it, you're going to have a huge amount of money in your Roth IRA. And you won't even be missing that money because you've made an automatic contribution every month. One of the other amazing things about a Roth IRA, although I don't really recommend it, is any of the contributions you make in a Roth IRA can be withdrawn before age 59 and a half without any penalty. Yes, I said that correctly. Any contributions you make can be withdrawn at any time before 59 and a half even without any penalty. Now, you can't pull out any earnings until after 59 and a half, but any money you put in, you can pull out at any time. And I don't recommend this, but if you ever had an emergency or you decided, you know what, I'm going to pull that $10,000 I have in my Roth IRA and add it to what you've already saved for a down payment on a house, you can do it, and it's available for you. But I wouldn't really recommend it, but it is an option that's there. And that's different than a 401k or an IRA because you can't pull money out of a 401k without penalties and fees, and the same as with a regular IRA. But with a Roth IRA, any of your contributions, you can pull back out of your Roth IRA, and you won't be penalized for it at all. And once again, I don't really recommend that, but it is an option if you feel like you really needed to, but don't do it. Down in the description below, I've included some investment companies, and some of them are $0 minimums. You can start one up and you don't have to put any money in at all. The first one is Charles Schwab, and that has $0 minimum deposit. The second one is Fidelity, and that also has a $0 minimum deposit. And then the third one is Vanguard, That one has a $1,000 minimum deposit, but it has low fees and it's a very popular one. You do also have to sign up for paperless billing with the Vanguard account, otherwise they'll charge you a $20 annual service fee. So now you have some money saved, you've opened your Roth IRA, and now you're thinking, well, how do I invest this money? I don't know anything about investing. I have two options that I think are really good for those people that don't know very much about investing. And those two options are a target date fund and a risk-based mutual fund. So the target date fund is one where you set a retirement target date, 30 years, 20 years, 40 years, whatever it may be. And then the company that you're with updates your risk and your portfolio based on how many years left you have until retirement. And as you get closer to retirement, it becomes less and less risky of investments. And the further you are away from retirement, the more risky and also the more chance to make higher gains when you're further away from retirement. So as you get closer, you get less and less risky, but probably less of a chance to have higher gains, but less of a chance to lose money too. And the second one is a risk-based mutual fund, basically where you select how risky you want to be with your diversification, how risky you want to be with the fund you've chosen, and then they will still manage that fund and decide based on the level of risk you're willing to take, the stock and bond mix for your investment. So when you're young, you can choose a risky option, and as you're getting closer to retirement age, you want to choose a less risky option. So let's look at what Vanguard has for their risk-based funds. You can choose multiple options based on how risky you want to be in your investing. In this chart, the Life Strategy Income Fund on the left is the least risky, and as you can see, it's 80% bonds and 20% stocks. As you move further to the right, the mix of stocks versus bonds leans more towards stocks. Stocks tend to be more risky, but also tend to give you a better return. The riskiest fund on the right has an 80% stock and a 20% bond mix. The other thing you'll notice is that it gives you an investment time horizon, meaning how long you're going to be putting the money in that fund or how far away from retirement you are. The beauty of these funds is that they are diversified to protect your investment and are managed by professionals and are always updated based on the current markets and trends and your level of risk. Let somebody else that's a professional invest your money for you and diversify it. That way, you're going to be getting annual returns that are based on your risk level, but also you're going to be protected against potential losses. Yes, you can still lose money during down years, but you're going to be a lot better off than just picking and choosing stocks yourself, unless you really know what you're doing investing. So make a Roth IRA part of your retirement plan. I would say that you shouldn't make it your only retirement plan, but make it a part of your overall plan for retirement. And I think with these tips and tricks, suggestions on why a Roth IRA is so important, I think you can understand why I think you need to get one when you're young, open one today if you don't have one already, and contribute more and more each month. As you do that, you're going to be well on your way to becoming a tax-free millionaire. And if nothing else, you're going to be a lot better off than most people. You're going to be earning money in a Roth IRA, and it's going to be tax-free when you pull it out after 59 and a half. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something new about a Roth IRA. If you did, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I will see you next time. I'm out.